Earth Day. I mean, it seems like giving the Earth flowers is a little redundant. Hey, how many recyclable tree huggers do we have playing today? Excellent. Alrighty. Player 1, talk to me. What's your name? Okay, Player 2, we're all waiting with bated breath. Now, give me a name.
45 seconds.
Okay, now, Player 3, show us what you learned. Okay, you want a 7-question game or you want a 21-question game? Okie dokie.
30 seconds.
Player 1, you want to buzz in on the letter Q as in quadratic residue. Player 2, you have the letter B as in bag. And you, Player 3, have the letter P as in parasite, a blood-sucking parasite.
20 seconds.
20 seconds? Ah, crap. All right, listen to me. You'd be amazed at how many people screw this up. When a question comes up, if you want it, buzz in first. Then hit 1, 2, 3, or 4 to pick an answer. Real easy. Follow me? Have a good game.
It's time for the show where high culture and pop culture collide.
Welcome, you three. I want to remind you to use only a number 2 pencil and no fair peeking at the other players' tests. Got it? Now let's begin the service. And of course, no game is fun without sharp objects to play with. All right, word on the screws. You get to a question that you know your neighbor doesn't have an answer to, stifle that pity and screw them. Buzz in and hit the S key. They'll thank you for it later. Lights, camera, action. Player 1, hit me with the category.
Oh, baby, you're the only one.
Open wide and get ready for Freebird! $1,000 if you get it. Heads up, here it comes. Which of the following describes in order the musical happenings in the classic rock anthem Freebird? Starts fast, gets slower, gets fast again, starts slow, gets faster, has endless solos, starts slow, gets slower, and suddenly, or starts fast, gets faster, explodes. All yours, Player 1. In Lynyrd Skynyrd's ditty they call Freebird, the song starts off nice and slow and ballady, speeds up after a few minutes, and then has about a zillion guitar solos. And what did they do when it came to making a live version of the tune? They made it longer. Thanks, guys. Player 1, your choice. What are we doing?
This is the end of the tape. Turn it over to play side 2.
This category is known as Science Rocks, and you pocket $2,000 if you get this one. Hey, remember that crappy band Tesla? Yeah, you probably have all their lame albums too. Anyway, imagine this. Considering his field of expertise, which band would you expect scientist Nikola Tesla to enjoy? Heart, AC/DC, Iron Maiden, or Air Supply? Player 3, do it. Nikola Tesla pioneered the invention of alternating current, or AC. See that? Before Nikola Tesla came around, everyone was performing acoustic sets. Player 3, time to make a decision. This one likes to go by a perfectly safe question. This one can net you $1,000. Well, to keep us out of trouble, we had to make a few changes to the following question. Which of the following phrases would not get us sued? Reverend is having sex with a is a drug addict, products taste like, or I like water. Up to you, Player 3. This is the only phrase that would probably not get us sued. And it's true, I do like water. Almost as much as likes hamsters. Player 3, give me some category. The category is, don't fiddle with that. I'm giving out $3 grand for a right answer. Now, we've all heard of the musical Fiddler on the Roof, but suppose you go to see the new hit musical Fiddler on the Roofies. Considering what roofies are, which song might you hear? If I Were a Rich Man in a Comfy Chair, Tradition of Shingles, Warhorse Matchmaker, or Sunrise Drugged Until Sunset? Player 1, hit it. Rohypnol is a powerful tranquilizer commonly called roofies. So I hope the fiddler gets off the roof before they kick in. Player 1, tell me what's happening. And I believe this one's called Literature with Legroom. And it's worth $2,000 if you get this one right. Just step up and take a swing at this one. Which title would most likely have been written by the author Victor Hugo? On the Roadster, The Hatchback of Notre Dame, A Tale of Two Chevys, or The Last of the Mopeds? Player 1. Victor Hugo wrote The Hunchback of Notre Dame, and the Hugo is a crappy compact car. And quite frankly, I'd much rather see that story turned into a car than some lame-ass animated feature. Let's have a category, Player 1. Coming at you, red tape on the grassy knoll. Get it right, I'm handing over $2K. As you know, some people think the conspiracy behind JFK's assassination began in his own government. If it were discovered that Kennedy was killed by a member of an agency he established, who would have been hiding on the grassy knoll that day? The Secretary of the Department of Energy, a Peace Corps volunteer, a Secret Service agent, or a National Endowment for the Arts recipient? Player 3, make it happen. JFK founded the Peace Corps as part of his New Frontier initiative before his assassination in November of 1963, as opposed to after. 3 weeks later, the Peace Corps sent a man named Oswald Ruby to teach math in Guyana. Coincidence? I think not. Your call, Player 3.
One, two,
3,
4, 5,
6.
Buzz!
Well, looks like this category is Behind the Green Lab Door. How does $2,000 sound? Put your tray in the upright position. It's time for takeoff. What might be the best way to talk dirty to a dendrochronologist? Wind me up and point me to noon, shave my head and call me Persis, lay me open and count my rings, or rub ink all over me and identify me? Player 3, do it. A dendrochronologist studies the age of trees and climate changes, generally by counting the growth rings. And later on in the evening, the neighbors will probably be complaining about those shouts of timber! Yeah! Player 3, what looks good to you? Uh-oh! Left nut kick, I'm sore!
It's time for Flipperish Lesson.
One gibberish category coming up. All the British are doing it. Let's get the ball rolling at $5K for this gibberish question. Now check it out. As the time disappears, so does the money. So the sooner you buzz in, the better. Here goes. Take a look at this short phrase and see if you know what it rhymes with. London's bandwagons. And just ignore that apostrophe. Player 1, it's all you. Type in your answer and hit return. Man, who would want to sit around with a bunch of geeks and pretend you're warriors and wizards and stuff? Wouldn't you rather hang around with a bunch of geeks and play computer trivia games? Player 1, it's up to you. What's next?
Hey, wait a minute. Are you guys German spies?
9! We mean, no.
Pucker up for you're looking a little chartreuse. 2,000 bucks for a correct answer. Hope you brought your suit. It's time to get wet. Being green with envy is one thing, but which of these would make you the most blue? Being olive green with envy, being lime green with envy, being spruce green with envy, or being Kelly green with envy? Player 3, make it happen. No, and who's Kelly? Player 1, Player 2, who's taking it? All yours, Player 1. Of the colors here, spruce green is the shade of green with blue in it, so it'd make you the most angry and the most sad. Spruce green, and I always hated that f***ing crayon. My brother always got to use the f***ing spruce green. Player 1, give me a category.
One, two.
For your enjoyment, storming the beaches of Indianapolis. $2,000 says you don't know this one. Let's see how you handle this one. Imagine that the Allied D-Day invasion of Normandy were retold as a TV show about a single mother in Indianapolis. Given what D-Day stands for, what should this show be called? One Dover Day at a time, one Day at a time, one Dwight Day at a time, or one Doomsday at a time? Up to you, Player 3. D-Day is a standard military abbreviation for a date of action, and the D stands simply for day. And in keeping with the military theme, the super character's name will be changed to Schneider. That's it for round 1. Let's go to round 2. This is when I hand out the screws, so let me get those. Let's see. Scratch test, screenplays. Screws. Here you are. Now remember, you've all got screws, so you might as well use them. Just buzz in and hit the S key to force someone to answer the question. When else is screwing gonna be that simple? Player 3, you make the call. This little number's known as Where the Ruffalo Boom. One right answer and $6,000 head your way. You know, when I was little, my dad and I used to sing Home on the Range, but we'd mix up the words so it'd sound funny. It went a little like this. Range, range on the home, where the ant and the deer will play, where Heldom is surt, a discouraging dirt, and the clouds are not skyey all day. Which one of these is a real word? Heldom, discouraging, dirt, or skyey? Player 3, make it happen. Skyey. It means, get this, sky-like. Although, I'll tell you something, I did have a pretty discouraging dirt one night after I ate a bunch of bean burritos. Player 3, tell me what's on your mind. Okay, give it up for... Is that a harp, or are you just happy to see me? Better wake up, there's $6,000 at stake. Sure, it's nice to be touched by an angel, but... Suppose you're inappropriately touched by an angel in a business situation. Because he's considered the leader of the angels, to whom should you make a report of the incident? Uriel, Michael, Daniel, or Gabriel? Player 1. The Archangel Michael heads up the whole angel establishment, so he gets the report.
It says here you, incited the situation by praying.
Well, I was praying, yes, but
And you were wearing a nightgown at the time?
I was in bed, and
In bed? I don't believe this!
Player 1, ante up. May I introduce, what were your Nielsen ratings, my lord? And you pocket $2,000 if you get this one. Think fast. If TV stars were royalty, which of these would be considered an abdication? Ellen DeGeneres coming out, Sherry Stringfield leaving ER, Kirstie Alley taking over at Cheers, or Valerie Harper getting her own spin-off? Player 2, grab it! Sherry Stringfield could be said to have abdicated her role on ER when she decided not to return to the series. voluntarily leaving the #1 rated show on TV. So abdication is another word for stupidity. Your turn, player 2. What's it gonna be? The category? Me so horny. Do I have to spell it out for you? And it's worth $2,000 if you get this one right. You know what turns me on? What's a real aphrodisiac for me? A great speller. So, which is the proper way to spell this word? Spelling 1, spelling 2, spelling 3, or spelling 4? Take a shot, player 2. A-P-H-R-O-D-I-S-I-A-C. Wow, nice job. I'm so turned on by that. You want to go on a date? I've got tickets to the National Spelling Bee. I wonder what player 2's gonna pick.
Check out my new shouting calculator. 3 times 5 equals...
15!
And this one is because of the diet, of course. And get this one right, you got 4K coming your way. Have you ever had this happen to you? You're out for a meal and your friend orders the double bacon cheeseburger, onion rings, and oh yeah, a soda light. What is he asking for? A cholesterol bomb and a fiberglass wire, an artery choker special and an engine part, a pound of grease and a tiny medical camera, or a heart attack on a plate and a rare mineral? Player 2, it's yours. Soda light is a rare type of mineral. Tell your genius friend to eat better and that if he wants minerals to take a multivitamin. Player 2, take your pick. All right, player 2, you're up for some major cash here. Player 1, player 3, go get a drink or something, because player 2 is gonna do a dis or dat. And this dis or dat questions category is, I want to be disemboweled by you. Now I'm going to read off 7 things, and for each one I want you to tell me if it describes Marilyn Monroe, Marilyn Manson, or both. As each one comes up, if it's just a Marilyn Monroe thing, press 1. If we're talking about Marilyn Manson, press 2. If it's both, press 3. And to skip, press 4. Each correct answer will net you $1,000, and $1,000 taken away for each incorrect answer in any that you don't get to. All right, I'll start you off with 30 seconds on the clock. Let's dance. No, don't wear lipstick, Monroe, Manson, or both. Naked on stage. Naked in Playboy is a stage name. Sings The Beautiful People. Sang for JFK. One more, is a reverend in the Church of Satan. That's all she wrote. You dropped a couple, but I've seen worse. Let's check out your total. Just trying to put some food on the table. Let's keep going. Player 1, hit me with the category. This one's called, What Did You Take to Get You So High? 4,000 big ones for a right answer here. Hey, remember the 60s and that song by the Byrds, 8 Miles High? Yeah. Anywho, if you were grooving to the Byrds while you were actually 8 miles high, where would you have been? Tie-dyeing mandalas in the mesosphere, with your lava lamp in the stratosphere, smelling patchouli in the troposphere, or wasted in the doposphere? Player 2, grab it! Player 2, who's getting it? Player 1, you've just been screwed. Let's see what you've got. The stratosphere is the area between 7 and 30 miles above the Earth. You know, just where you'd find Lucy floating with the diamonds. Hey, Player 2, right back at you with that screw action. Player 1, tell me what's happening.
18, wipe the slate clean. Number 18.
Let's see what we got going. The soothing sounds of listening to me talk. Think you can handle $6,001 bills? All right, for this question, I'm going to assume you're a devoted follower of the Net Show for the years I hosted it. That was you, right? During my reign as host, which of the following was an indication that there was a commercial coming on You Don't Know Jack, the Net Show? I give you a little spending money, I sound like there's something up my butt, I start screaming like a little girl, or I tell you that I love you. Up to you, Player 3. Player 3, who gets the pointy end? Gotta answer it, Player 1. That's right before we went to a commercial, I like to leave you with this pleasant thought. And in case you're wondering, I really do have something up my butt. Here, yeah, this thing here. Have you been looking for it? Player 3, when you can't successfully screw someone else, you end up screwing yourself. Player 1, your choice. What are we doing? Shake hands with Wheel of Torture. How does $4,000 grab you? Have you ever heard that the longest word in the English language is anti-disestablishmentarianism? Well, it's not. But, considering how much it costs to buy a vowel on Wheel of Fortune, how much would it cost to buy all the vowels in anti-disestablishmentarianism? $250, $750, $1,500, or $2,750? Player 1, hit it! It's $250 to buy one vowel on Wheel of Fortune, no matter how many times that vowel is used in the word. A, E, and I will cost $750. But if you're that interested in anti-disestablishmentarianism, you wouldn't be hanging with Pat Sajak. Let's have a category, Player 1. Say hello to TM. Get it right, I'm handing over $2K. Let's see if you can wrap your head around this. Based on U.S. copyright laws, which of these could not have been copyrighted by the people who created them? The nude Vanessa Williams photos, Michael Jackson's Neverland fantasy home, a Michael Jordan spinning reverse dunk, or the Unabomber's manifesto? Nobody wants it? Come on, Player 1, you're ahead. Live a little.
Don't be a whip!
Player 1. Oh, Player 1, who's getting screwed? Player 3, don't take that. Give us an answer. You can't copyright unscripted, choreographed work such as a move on a basketball court. Fortunately for Jordan, he doesn't have to worry about anybody else copying his body of work anytime soon. First rule, Player 1, be careful who you screw, or it'll come back to haunt you. It's all about you, Player 3. Which one do you want? Welcome to the Jack Attack. Keep your eyes on the screen, and when you see two words that match, hit your buzzer. If you're right, I give you $2,000. If you're wrong, you're going down 2,000. But don't forget, remember the clue. Not any old word's gonna do it. It's gotta be a match that fits this clue. Where did it go? Oh, wait, here it is. It was on the bottom of my shoe. It still tastes okay. Anyway, here we go. separated, those two. Hope they don't take it out on you after the game. Remember, you can run and you can hide, but...
You don't know Jack!
Oh, holy mackerel, you're all three on the high scoreboard. To do something like that takes perseverance, brains, and a whole lot of free time. You know what? I'll give you a choice. You can either go get a life, or you can play another game. Let me know what you want to do.
Taste the sweet fruit of forbidden desire on Old Shoe Diaries tonight.
Scissors, don't run through the house with them.
Why?
Because I said so! That's why!
Brought to you by the Department of Unnecessarily Angry Paternalism.
I lost 5 inches off my waist.
I went from a size 10 to a size 2.
I got results I hadn't seen in years with a personal trainer.
That's how millions of citizens describe Cybo, America's total workout solution.
I lost 165 pounds.
I balanced my checkbook.
I'm a better father. I'm a better husband.
Developed by scientists at the Cyberobic Institute, Cybo combines the power of the individual, the mysteries of ancient self-defense, the mysteries of modern microchip technology, and some of today's hottest music. 1, 2, that's it. Lift, insert, reprogram.
Cybo saved me.
I've devoted my life to Cybo.
I just lift up cars and throw them.
Cybo will bring you to a higher level of physical well-being.
I stopped going to church.
Cybo is the total solution to total fitness.
Brought to you by the American Council on Psychedelics. Wow, man, the colors.
Next week on Hallie McNeil. Hallie, I've been meaning to say something to you about your attire.
Well, whenever I get depressed, I shorten my skirts.
But you're naked.
I know, and I feel so much better already. So about that court date tomorrow.
Do you want me to turn down the air conditioning?
Hallie McNeil. Mondays.
Independence Day, Men in Black, Armageddon. These films have defined the meaning of summer blockbuster. Until now!
Don't you get it? I wouldn't want anyone else if you were the only other person left on Earth.
Oh my God, I love you!
Ethan Hawke, Julia Roberts, Andrew McCarthy, and Antonio Banderas in Lethal Sensitivity. Critics and audiences agree, Lethal Sensitivity is extremely sensitive.
Oh my God, when Andrew McCarthy did that thing with his eyes.
that thing with his eyes.
It was like that other movie where he did that thing with his eyes. Yeah.
Says WEQN Radio in Toledo, when McCarthy does that thing with his eyes, watch out. With profoundly emotional performances by Hawke and Roberts, their sensitivity will rock you.
Everything I do for you.
You're the most beautiful man I've ever met.
And WEQN Radio in Toledo says Banderas is a smoldering yet sensitive Latin dynamo. No woman can resist his charms.
Hello, baby. Miss me?
Don't you miss Lethal Sensitivity. It's time to get vulnerable. Playing at theaters everywhere for about a week.